As the 2025 NASCAR season approaches, anticipation builds for the upcoming Daytona 500. However, a palpable sense of disappointment permeates the NASCAR community. The reason? Despite widespread calls for change, NASCAR has announced that the playoff format will remain unaltered for the 2025 season. This decision follows Joey Logano's controversial 2024 championship win, which ignited a fierce debate about the fairness and effectiveness of the current system. The controversy surrounding Logano's victory stems from his average finish of 17.11 throughout the season, the worst ever for a NASCAR champion. This statistic has reignited discussions about the value of consistency versus the current emphasis on winning at critical moments. At the forefront of this debate is Denny Hamlin. To fully grasp the current state of affairs in NASCAR, it's crucial to examine the outcomes of recent championships. The 2024 season, which saw Joey Logano crowned champion, serves as a prime example of the issues plaguing the current playoff format. Joey Logano's path to the 2024 championship was unconventional and controversial. During the regular season, he secured only one win, the quintuple overtime Nashville event. Initially eliminated before the round of 8, Logano found himself back in contention following Alex Bowman's disqualification. Despite his lackluster regular season performance, Logano managed to outsmart Kyle Larson, who had accumulated 6 wins throughout the year, to reach the championship 4. Logano's championship-winning performance in 2024 raised eyebrows across NASCAR. His average finish of 17.11 was the worst ever for a champion. He secured only 13 top 10 finishes, 7 top 5 finishes, and a single regular season win. These numbers represent Logano's lowest stats since 2012, raising questions about whether he was truly the most deserving champion of the 2024 season. The stark contrast between Logano's performance and that of other drivers who performed consistently well throughout the season has fueled the ongoing debate about the fairness of the current playoff system. The 2023 NASCAR season culminated in Ryan Blaney's Cup title victory, yet his performance sparked discussions about the playoff format's fairness. While Blaney's average finish of 14.1 surpassed Joey Logano's 2024 stats, it fell short compared to other top drivers. William Byron's impressive 11.0 average finish and Chris Buescher's 12.1 average, despite not making the championship 4, highlighted the discrepancy between season-long consistency and playoff success. The 2022 NASCAR season offered a notable contrast to more recent championships, with Joey Logano's performance demonstrating greater consistency throughout the year. The championship 4 drivers that season were among the top performers overall, reflecting a closer alignment between regular season success and playoff outcomes. Logano secured the title with a 13.5 average finish, narrowly edging out Ross Chastain, 13.3, Christopher Bell, 13.8, and Chase Elliott, 12.5. This result suggests that the 2022 season may have more accurately represented the most competitive drivers across the entire campaign. While this outcome aligns more closely with season-long performance, it's worth noting that the current playoff format still allows for significant fluctuations in championship results from year to year. This variability has led many in the NASCAR community to question whether the current system truly identifies the most deserving champion each season. Denny Hamlin has been particularly vocal about his dissatisfaction with the current playoff format. His criticisms stem from both personal experience and a broader concern for the sport's integrity. Denny Hamlin's frustrations with the playoff system become clearer when examining his 2024 season performance. Despite finishing 8th overall with 3 wins, 12 top 5 finishes, and an impressive 13.9 average finish, Hamlin found himself outside the championship contention. Notably, Hamlin's average finish, 13.9, was better than both Penske championship contenders, Logano, 17.11, and Blaney, 15.2. This discrepancy forms the basis of Hamlin's argument against the current system. Hamlin's performance exemplifies the potential for consistently strong drivers to be overlooked in the championship race due to the current playoff structure. Hamlin's primary criticism of the playoff format centers on its failure to adequately reward consistency throughout the entire season. He argues that the current system places too much emphasis on performance in the final races, potentially overlooking drivers who have demonstrated excellence over a longer period. In a recent episode of his podcast, Actions Detrimental, Hamlin stated, "What I'm really fighting for in this is that make the regular season great again. in the sense of like, make it matter, because for the last 3 years, the regular season had no bearing. The champion did very unimpressive things during the regular season.
What I'm really fighting for in this is that make the regular season great again. In the sense of, like, make it matter. Because for the last 3 years, the regular season had no bearing. The champion did very unimpressive things during the regular season.
Hamlin further elaborated on the issue, saying, "So why would you tune in? If it's proven 3 years in a row, you don't have to be good during the regular season. You can just get in, you can just be average at best. That's been the formula that's won it. Just get hot the last couple of races and you're fine." I don't think that's the right way to crown a champion in a sport where there's so many variables. In Hamlin's view, the ability for a driver to make the playoffs based on a single win, regardless of their overall performance, undermines the integrity of the championship. He points to examples like Harrison Burton, who made the playoffs after winning the Coke Zero 400 despite having only 1 top 5 and 2 top 10 finishes, while more consistent performers like Kyle Larson, 18 top 10s and 15 top 5s, risked elimination. In response to these perceived shortcomings, Denny Hamlin has proposed several changes to the NASCAR playoff format. His suggestions aim to strike a balance between rewarding consistent performance and maintaining the excitement of playoff-style elimination. Hamlin's primary suggestion is to double the playoff points awarded during the regular season. He explains, "I think I would double the playoff points entering the playoffs." Well, I'm just saying, I think all the playoff points that you acquire during the regular season should be doubled just simply because it will really reward those that have excellence throughout the entire season. In conjunction with doubling playoff points, Hamlin proposes reducing the playoff field from 16 to 12 drivers. He argues, "I think if you lower the playoff field to 12, it would stop the 29th place car from making the playoffs because they won a race. Let's just say maybe on fuel mileage. I'm trying not to say because you won a super speedway race. You know what I mean? I think that it really forces you to be on your game the entire season." Perhaps Hamlin's most radical suggestion is the implementation of a 3-race championship round. He states, "I don't think we're going to get rid of the elimination. I think that that's probably here to stay. But do you reward the win and you're in? I believe the championship deserves a round. One race, it's got to be the small sample size of all sports." Hamlin proposes a format where the final 4 drivers compete over 3 races, with points reset at the start. The driver with the highest points total over these 3 races would be crowned champion. Hamlin draws a comparison to other sports. Don't tell me the Super Bowl's one event. It's 1 versus 1, not 1 versus 36 in the Super Bowl. He further elaborates on his ideal scenario. "If I had to play it perfectly in my mind, it'd be 12 drivers, 3 races, 3 races, 3 races, 3 races. This structure would provide multiple opportunities for drivers to showcase their skills and consistency throughout the playoff process.